Hi, I'm William Buhidar here at South Texas College, and with me today is Michael Gersten. He is our new woodwind instructor here at South Texas College Music Department. Welcome, Michael.
Thanks.
Michael has a recital coming up on Friday, March 4th, 7:30 p.m. in the Cooper Center Theater. And it's free to the public, and we hope that you'll consider coming and enjoying this. Michael, tell us a little bit about the recital.
It's going to be almost all clarinet works. A couple by Romantic era composers, Carl Maria von Weber, which is a terrific piece of music with a very difficult but fun piano part. A piece by Franz Schubert, The Shepherd on the Rock, which is for clarinet, piano, and soprano, which is going to have Sharon O'Leary, our voice instructor.
And Daniel will be accompanying?
And Daniel Cather, our piano instructor, is going to be playing on the entire recital. An arrangement of a piano work by Claude Debussy for soprano saxophone and piano, which is going to let me show off the new soprano saxophone STC just got that students will be able to use.
Wonderful.
And a couple unaccompanied pieces written by a Hungarian clarinetist, but in the style of different composers. So one in the style of Spanish composer Manuel de Falla, and one in the style of Hungarian composer Zoltán Kodály. Tell
us a little bit about how you designed this program. How did you make the selections of the compositions?
So one is you always pick music you want to play, right? Unless someone's making you play something, you always want to pick music you enjoy. In music that's different. You don't want an entire recital of the same. And so I think going from one piece to the next, you're not going to feel like it's just kind of flat. You're going to get a lot of different sounds, a lot of different types of music within that recital.
How aware are you when you are designing a program, however, in terms of the audience itself, in terms of, do you go into designing a program thinking, okay, I need to select music that it's going to engage my audience, or is it more of the way I'm going to be performing should be the point of how I engage the audience?
I think a little of both.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take the audience into account. I really like contemporary music. I like new music that some people would call weird.
We'll have that discussion later.
Right. So I'm definitely not going to do an entire recital of that kind of music. Okay. And actually on this, I don't have any of that music, which is unusual for me. I like to include usually one piece to let audiences know that this exists, but not enough that if they don't like it, they're going to storm out and throw rotten tomatoes at me. So I think you do have to take that into account a little bit. But like I said, if you don't enjoy the music, you can't play music only because the audience will enjoy it. You have to enjoy it as well. And I think if you really enjoy the music, that's going to come through in the performance, and it's going to make it more engaging for the audience.
Where does the interest in contemporary music come for you?
Honestly, I don't know. I've always liked things that are different. When I was an undergrad, there was a professor who had a small new music ensemble and convinced me to be in it. And there's just something about it, the musicians and composers who thought differently. I was always interested by John Cage, who really pushed people to question what is music? What is the definition of music? Does music have to be sound? Does music have to sound good? All these things, and so that always resonated with me, and so I try to explore new music when I can.
You're new to the area, and obviously we're very excited to have you as a colleague here. Share with us a little bit about your professional background.
Well, I before this, I was teaching at a community college in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So it's been a change for the better with the weather. There I had to worry about driving on icy roads to work, so it's nice here. That's not an issue.
That's not an issue here, yeah.
I was working on a doctorate at the University of Northern Colorado.
And it's in? Doctorate
in clarinet. I also have a master's degree in clarinet and a bachelor's degree in music education. So I spent some time teaching in the public schools, mostly part-time while I was working on these graduate degrees. I also had performed as part of a klezmer band which played Eastern European folk music around Colorado at different festivals, and the things musicians do, various chamber groups and sitting in with the orchestras when you get the opportunity.
Now, your klezmer group is slated on one of our future concerts here this semester.
Get a good plug in.
Yeah, might as well want to do it now. Tell us a little bit, for those who might not be familiar with klezmer music, if you would maybe share a little bit about that. Again, this is for a future concert this semester.
On March 22nd.
Very good.
March 22nd.
Same place.
Same place, yeah, Tuesday, March 22nd. Klezmer music, like most folk music, is, you know, it's music that really resonates with people. You know, even if you have no connection to it, there's it can be a deeply emotional music. It can also be a deeply, incredibly fun music. You know, it's music that served a purpose in the life of Eastern European Jews, mostly as wedding music. And so you'd have, you know, this really joyful music, exuberant music for celebrating the wedding. Usually after people have had a number of drinks.
Okay.
And then you'd also have this music during the ceremony, leading up to the ceremony, that was incredibly emotional and heartfelt, meant to bring the audience to tears. And so I think it's been my experience. You know, we play for a lot of audiences who haven't heard this music before. And it always resonates with people because it's music that we all understand. We all understand these emotions.
It's very soulful.
Exactly.
It really is. It's and it's quite accessible, I would say, as well, and thoroughly enjoyable. You played a little bit recently in one of our recitals, and so it was very exciting to see that. Now, you also had been involved in another ensemble, I believe, if I recall from your resume, having to do with sound design or something.
Oh, sound painting. Yes,
painting,
yeah. Sometimes I forget.
Yeah.
So,
could you talk a little bit about that?
So sound painting, that's one of the things that satisfied my little need to do contemporary music. And it's this new way of creating music, or really any kind of performance art that involves a director called the painter, who uses almost like a type of sign language. It's not actually sign language, but a series of gestures to set parameters for the ensemble. And those can be very vague. You can tell someone to improvise, and then it's completely up to them. Or you can say, improvise march background in the key of D major at this tempo.
Very cool.
And you know, give them something very specific. And so I had this group, and we played new music festivals, but also we try to get new groups to experience this, new groups of people, and play at farmers markets, things like that. We play games with it where the audience would write down an adjective, a description word of some kind, and we'd have to play that adjective in music. We worked with an artist where she painted, and as she painted, we played music that reflected what she was painting, which was very, very cool, because the music started off kind of scattered because we didn't really know what she was doing, and then as her painting sort of started to take focus, so did the music.
All interconnected in that way.
Right.
Fascinating. We need to have you do some of that.
I'm excited. I mean, since I'm new here, I don't want to scare people off by jumping into this stuff too soon. But I know I would love to spread the the sound painting.
I get it. No, I think you probably have discovered this already, but this area has a very healthy music scene, and especially there's a real healthy attitude towards music in general. I think culturally, music plays a very huge role in people's lives down here, regardless of whatever type of music you might be talking about. People really connect with music as a part of their life, which I think is a great advantage for us as musicians to be able to work in an area like this. Let me ask you, if I might, maybe some fun questions, if you're up for it, okay? Just so people get to know you a little bit.
I have fun every now and then. This is my quota for the week.
Okay, very good. Do you have a favorite composer by chance?
Oh, I was talking about this with my wife yesterday, and neither one of us could. I love Johannes Brahms.
Yeah.
And Brahms is just a phenomenal composer. I love any of the Impressionist composers. I don't have a favorite. There's so much music out there. I love Philip Glass. There's so many. I have so many different types of music I enjoy that it's hard for me to say I have a favorite.
Do you have a favorite composition that really resonates with you?
So I think every musician has a piece of music that first hooked them. I started playing in 5th grade band like everyone else. I wanted to play the saxophone because that was the cool instrument, but they made me play the clarinet. It wasn't until high school when someone played Copland's El Solamenco.
Oh, wow.
And
very cool piece.
It's a fantastic piece, all this mixed meter, and you get these hints of folk music. And that was the first time I had listened to a piece of music and thought, this changes everything. I need to, who wrote this? I need to get more of this person's music. It's the first music that really resonated with me. I went to the CD store, because that's, when I was in high school, that's how we bought music. You go to the mall and...
I won't tell you what we had to buy when I was young. So.
Right. Well, did they have 78s yet?
They just started.
But I bought, Aaron Copland's greatest hits.
Oh, cool.
And,
Columbia Records.
Right.
Yeah.
Fanfare for the Common Man, all that stuff. So that, that always holds a special place in my heart.
Cool.
Whether or not that's my favorite piece now, I don't know, but that's always a piece that will always hold a special place, because it was that first piece that really resonated with me.
Do you have a favorite, categorized as perhaps a favorite pop group, let's put it that way, which of course covers a myriad of music.
Well, this doesn't really probably count as pop music anymore, because he's like 80 now, I think. But Paul Simon is my absolute favorite popular music musician. Everything from the really early Simon and Garfunkel, Hey Schoolgirl in the second row, all the way up to the most recent albums he's put out. I think he's such a creative musical mind, someone who obviously likes to push himself musically and explore different cultures and different compositional styles.
How do you feel about the Beatles? Careful.
They're okay.
I love it. Move on. Love it. Favorite food?
I'm originally from Chicago. I don't eat it very often.
They have great food there.
I don't eat it very often, but deep dish pizza.
Ooh, yeah. Excellent.
It's one of those things. If you eat it more than once a year,
forget it.
You're gonna have a medical emergency. But there's nothing like it.
I I get it. Favorite hobby?
I love running.
Yeah.
Every morning.
This is a great area for running.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Except in the summers.
Summers are tough.
The summers are really. I'm gonna get used to it, but I'm.
And you came in during the summer. Right?
Yeah, I came in August.
And you were shocked.
It was I felt like I'd finish my run in the morning and spend the entire rest of the day getting rehydrated, just in enough time to go on my run the next morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I used to run competitively, and now it's just a nice way to relax, and something unlike music where there's pressure to be good. There's no pressure for me to be good at running. So if I do a race and I have my own goal time, if I make it, great. If I don't, there's always next time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's a nice way to relax.
Very good. Do you have some advice for high school students who might be considering moving into music as a potential profession?
I can tell you from experience, you have to reach out to people who are doing it. You have to take lessons from someone who is good. This is a problem I had. Because I was so into running when I was in high school, I liked music, but I didn't really have time for it. I was way too into running. And it really hurt me when I got to college. I was behind. I was behind everyone. And I gave some terrible auditions because I chose music that was too difficult. Aaron Copland's clarinet concerto, which is now a piece that I would be reluctant to perform because it's so difficult. But back then, I was like, well, I like Copland, and this is a cool piece. I love it. I mean, this is a really cool piece of music. I'll play it. And I didn't have anyone there to say, well, that is a great piece of music, but let's choose a piece that you can actually do really well. And, so, you have to reach out to someone who has expertise. And I would also, see if you want to be a music teacher, talk to a music teacher to find out what their day is like. As a student, you only see the teacher in class, but you don't know the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. If you want to be a professional orchestral musician, try to reach out to someone who has that experience to find out what that life is like, what kind of training they went through, what kind of hardships they've had to deal with, and figure out what you want to take on. It's better to explore that stuff before you get to college, or in the your first year or two of college, instead of after you've gotten the degree and start thinking, well, now what?
Absolutely.
So I think you really have to go in search of experiences and information.
What excites you about teaching music?
I like watching cooking shows. And chefs always say the thing that got them into cooking was seeing the looks on people's faces when they taste their food. I think as a teacher, it's a similar experience. Is when a student who for the first time does an entire sonata or something in performance, and they get off stage and you see they're just giddy with excitement. Or you introduce a student in music literature or something to a composer they've never heard before, and you give them that experience I had when I heard Copland for the first time. They hear this music and think, I need to know more about this. This is this is fascinating. And when you're able to give a student that experience, I think that's why we teach. That's what makes it worthwhile.
So far, so good with your life here in the Valley. You're enjoying the area and people, I hope. And
yeah, I've really enjoyed. When living, I've lived in Chicago and Colorado, way up north, and so when you see McAllen, Texas, like, well, you know, you really only know.
Where is this?
Yeah, you know Dallas. You basically, if they have a professional basketball or football team, I've heard of it.
Of course.
So I go on Google Maps and McAllen, Texas. Well, I know this is going to be different.
And boy was it!
But I've been surprised how much myself and my wife included. It really kind of just, we feel like we fit in down here. We've had a pretty easy time adjusting.
I should mention also that your wife is also a musician.
Yeah, she's also a clarinet player. We're one of those couples. We're both clarinetists.
I like one of those couples.
We met doing our undergrad, but it's nice because anytime I like to, sometimes it's relaxing to play duets.
Yeah.
You know, just easy duets you can sight read. So it's nice having someone in home who you can say, hey, want to sight read some clarinet duets? We got instruments out and play a little.
And she's
bit.
Also in the klezmer ensemble.
Yeah, she's also in the klezmer ensemble. It's nice. I can guilt her into playing in my ensemble. So.
I love it. Well, really enjoyed visiting with you and
you.
letting others get to know you a little bit. This has been an interview with Michael Gersten. He has his first recital on Friday, March 4th, 7:30 p.m. at the Cooper Center Theater here at South Texas College in McAllen, Texas. We're very excited to have Michael on faculty here as our woodwind instructor. He plays all the woodwind instruments and teaches all the woodwind instruments, and so he is a fabulous addition to our colleagues here. Great to have you.
Thanks.
All right, you bet.